All season long, your fellow house guests have sent messages to the house chat, and now it is your time to show how much you remember about the season. This challenge will be played in 11 rounds to honor your 11 fallen castmates. In each round, I will read a statement from the season where a word or phrase has been bleeped out. I will then read out what the possible bleeped out word or phrase could be. I will then reread the phrase with the possible bleeped out word or phrase included. If you believe what I read out is actually the bleeped out word or phrase, then you should select true. If you believe what I read out is not actually the bleeped out word or phrase, you should select false. Once you have your answer, hold it up to your chest. Once everyone's ready to go, we will then reveal. You'll earn a point for each question you get correctly. After 11 rounds, the person with the most points will be the HOH. If there's a tie, we have a tiebreaker question prepared. There's no use of Discord at this time, only your brain and knowledge of the season. Alrighty, and with that being said, we're going to kick off with question number 1. Upon entering the house on day 0, Rizzo shares a secret, saying, "I have to come clean. I know the entire Bleep soundtrack by heart." True or false? The correct phrase for the bleep is Cheetah Girls. Jabbar says false. Lamont says true. Liv says false. Megan says false. Megs says true. And Trey says true. The correct answer is false. The phrase was Camp Rock. So points to anyone who said false. Alrighty, question number 2. While discussing the Jonas Brothers on day 0, Frankie said, "They're great, and I'm not just saying that because I want Nick Jonas to call me daddy and then bleep." True or false? The correct phrase for the bleep is spank me. Jabbar says true. Lamont says true. Liv says true. Megan says true. Meg says false. And Trey says false. The correct answer is false. The phrase was that he wants him to call him daddy and then snap my arm. Good God, Frankie. After two questions, everyone has a point except for Lamont, who's at 0. It's still anyone's game. Question number 3. After winning his way back into the game via duel, Preston said, "My bleep was that goddamn game." The correct word for the phrase is survivor. Jabbar says true. Lamont says true. Liv says true. Megan says false. Megs says false. And Trey says true. The correct answer is true. He did say that. My survivor was that goddamn game. Moving on to question 4. When discussing children being picky eaters, Madison stated, "I am exquisite at airplane feeding, except I pretend it's a fighter jet and I throw bleep." True or false? The correct phrase for the bleep is dino nuggies. Alrighty. Jabbar says false. Lamont says false. And then everyone else says true. So Liv, Megan, Megs, and Trey all say true. The correct answer is true. She does have a fighter jet that throws dino nuggies. After 4 questions, Liv and Trey lead at 3. Jabbar, Megan, and Megs at 2. Lamont at 1. Question number 5. After a suggestion that the next competition would be who can spend the least amount of money at Target, Victoria replied, "I'll win, but that's because I'll be spending the money at Bleep, my version of Target." True or false? The correct word for the bleep is Costco. Alrighty. Jabbar says true. Lamont says true. Liv says false. Megan says true. Megs says false. And Trey says true. Correct answer is true. Victoria's version of Target apparently is Costco. Alrighty. Question number 6. Sorry, I didn't pre-read these. Okay, I'm not going to laugh. Question 6. After Christian's score in the Math Path veto was revealed, he explained it by saying, "When Prod says you can do it on your phone, and it's not that great to bleep things that fast." The correct word for the bleep is draw. Alrighty. Jabbar says false. Lamont says true. Liv says false. Megan says false. Meg says true. And Trey says true. Correct answer is false. The word was calculate. It's not that great to calculate things that fast. So after 6 questions, we have a 4-way tie for first between Jabbar, Liv, Megan, and Trey, all at 4. Lamont and Megs each have 2. Moving on to question number 7. On Halloween, Caro sent a video of herself dancing in the main chat with the text, "Happy blank hose." True or false, the correct word for the bleep is Halloweeny. Alrighty. Jabbar says true. Lamont says true. Liv says true. Megan says true. Megs and Trey both are false. Correct answer is false. She said, "Happy twerkoweeny hose." Time for question number 8. After Preston's eviction vote of 8-2, people were questioning who the votes to save Preston were. Erica replied, "Girl, I know some of y'all may be bleep to say it was me, but it was not." True or false, the correct phrase for the bleep is foaming at the mouth. All right, Jabbar and Lamont say true. Liv and Megan say false. Megs and Trey say true. Correct answer is true. She did say some of y'all might be foaming at the mouth to say it was her. After 8 questions, Trey leads at 6, Jabbar at 5, Liv, Megan, and Megs all at 4, and Lamont is at 3. We got 3 questions left. Question number 9. On Tuesday, November 7th, Sarah posted a picture in the main chat with the comment, "Bleep mythology says this means we're going to have a hard start to winter." The correct phrase for the bleep is cruising caterpillar. Alrighty, first 3 say true. So Jabbar, Lamont, and Liv say true. The last 3 say false. Megan, Megs, and Trey all say false. The correct answer is false. The phrase was woolly worm, supposedly. Which means we now have Trey at 7, Megan, Megs, and Jabbar at 5, Liv at 4, and Lamont at 3. Trey has a 2-point lead, meaning Trey, if you get this next question correct, you will be the next HOH. Question number 10. Louise explains that in the UK, they don't celebrate Halloween the same way we do in the US. They said, "We have a weird thing. Ours is November 5th, and it's called bleep for the guy. And instead of candy, we get pennies." The correct word for the bleep is dance. Alrighty, Jabbar says true. Lamont and Liv say false. Megan says true. And Megs and Trey say false. The correct answer is false. The word is penny, which means congratulations, Trey. You are the new HOH. I'm going to bring Michael back on. He's on. And defer it back to Josh and Max.
Congratulations, Trey. You will have 10 minutes. You all have 10 minutes to work out what these nominees will be, and then we'll be back after that. So I'll pass it over to Father Time to kick us off, and I'll send you all backstage. Remember, you must stay on the StreamYard. We can see if you're still here, but we'll send you backstage.
Alrighty, your 10 minutes starts now.
Trey, please unmute and name your noms.
It's funny that I won this. I muted the house chat day 1, so luckily I just saw those conversations. I already told my nominees what to expect here. There's a lot that has happened in this game. Consider this a little bit of Caro's revenge, but I have to do Lamont and Jabbar here. I'm sorry.
I'll just talk now. So going into a live night, I felt like my back was against the wall for sure. So originally I wanted to throw the HOH competition, but I just did not get a good feeling based off how the Nikki round went. So I really wanted to try my hardest. But some of those freaking questions, I did not know. I knew a few, but some of them I just did not know. So fucking Trey wins the HOH, and I'm thinking that I am safe. And of course, I'm not safe. He literally calls me and it's like, yeah, I'm putting up you on Lamont. And I'm like, hello? You just spent hours like with me and Megan telling us that if you won HOH, you will put these two juggernauts, Liv and Megs, up. And now what the hell has happened? Um, so uh, I was very shocked, stunned, bewildered, if you will.
I feel amazing. Obviously, I probably should have thrown that comp because of my alliances, but I think I might be getting away with murder here, just because of how I handled it. It's a lot of improv, a lot of on the spot thinking, and fingers crossed that I didn't just like put myself in a really bad position, but I think it went well. But Jabbar really trusts me. There was a final two there, so like me nominating him could turn really ugly, you know? Like if he like felt some type of way about it, that could like impact my end game. But I think I sold it really well. I think I explained it really well, and I just like talked through it while it was happening with him. That he was okay being nominated.
So he just running through these, he just talking and like, you know, I'm going from like green to yellow to red. Like, and red is like I'm seeing red. Um, so I'm just really trying to keep it together because I'm just like so in shock. But he's talking about how he's going to put up myself in Lamont, and this is where my irritation comes in because it's like he's like people are afraid that I'll use the veto, and I'm like I literally just campaigned to you like that we should evict Lamont over Nikki, and like you're using this as a reason to put me up. That's weird. Um, so that was a part of it. He was like, if Lamont doesn't win the veto, he's gone. And then the other part of it was, if Lamont does win the veto, he's going to put up Megs, and she'll go. And I don't believe a word that he's saying at this point. It's all a lie. It's all just a blatant lie, as far as I'm concerned.
Lamont Jabbar, you are on the block, so the two of you plus Trey will play in the power veto with three of the remaining four. Am I missing somebody or no?
Mm-mm.
No, okay, sorry. With three of the remaining four, so Carl's gonna spin the wheel, and we'll get to it.
Perfect. Alrighty. So everyone but Liv is playing.
So I was really pumped about the competition. I'm like, oh, this is something that I just love, like strategy, who done it, like type of thing. I was taking a copious amount of notes. Um, and as the competition was going, I noticed that a lot of people were like doing the same track of like um, actions that they were taking. And because of such, I was able to get a decent bit of information um, from what they were like saying and doing without having to go through the same avenues that they went through. So, they all took action one. I took action four, and then they followed me. I took action five, and so on and so forth. So I felt like I was working on a decent bit of information. I thought that the two people who had, based off of the stuff that they were asking for, were like keep like on the same wavelength was Megs and Megan. Um, but I just wasn't sure. But like based off the information, I process of elimination. Lamont and Michaels like within the first round or two. So I would just really spent the rest of the time kind of focusing on the other three players.
POV though, F that game. I don't know. I never want to play that again. I don't ever want to see that thing again for the rest of my life, dude. If my life depended on that, I would be dead right now. I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here. Like, my kids wouldn't have a father.
In sixth place with 19 total points is Michael. In a tie for fourth place with 26 points is Megs and Trey. In third place with 27 points is Lamont, meaning we're down to Megan and Jabbar by a score of 33 to 33, we have a tie. It's time for a tiebreaker. Please get paper and writing instrument ready. I will read a question. The answer is numerical. The person who is closest without going over will be the winner. If you both go over, it's the person who's just closest. In the Deal or No Deal HOH, what is the sum of the scores from all participating players? Once again, in the Deal or No Deal HOH, what is the total score from all participating players? Is good. Okay. I'll wait for you to give me the thumbs up. Alrighty. And y'all can both reveal.
So the time with Megan, I was super nervous. My brain was rattling. I was not thinking straight. When I heard the competition, I knew like the highest 3 or 4 scores, being 275s and a 400,000. But like my brain registered 75 times 75 or 750 times 750 is 3 million instead of 1.5 million. Or like 750 plus 750. My brain is rattled right now. So I definitely overshot it, but lucky for me, Megan added an extra 0 in her number, which made it 15 million. And at that point, when she put 15 million, I knew that I had won. Because like that would mean that everybody got $1 million case. So
I
Jabbar says 4 million. And Megan, what did you say? I can't read it, love.
It's like I think I put it's like 15 million. I put my thing in the wrong spot. I'll be honest about that instead of lying.
You said 15 million.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that, but my comma's not in the right spot.
oh my god.
Well, 15 million it is. So Jabbar with 4 million, Megan with 15 million. The correct answer was 2,870,000, which means congratulations, Jabbar. You've won the power of veto.
All right, Jabbar, as the winner of the power of veto, you get to make your veto decision in heels.
Oh, I do. And I will be using this power of veto on myself and these nice Timberland boots.
All right, Trey, you know what to do.
Congratulations, Jabbar. You earned that. This is a hard decision. However, just based on my relationships with other people, I'll have to renominate Michael. But like also Michael, luckily volunteered because as we know, the dancing queens have been slaying.
Jabbar got it. I mean, the first reaction is like, damn, here we go. We're going to have to renom one of us. I knew going into that call, nobody's just going to jump up. There was even a moment, I put myself up there like a half a second too early because Trey was about to spin the wheel. Trey was about to spin a freaking wheel. Nobody was jumping up. And it's not me trying to play hero. That was me trying to make an easy decision for Trey to not have to look bad to everybody else, kind of, I'm thinking. That was my initial thought. Is like, let's not make this any harder for Trey. And because, I'm so in the moment, and everybody always thinks ahead, and that is definitely a defect, I feel like, in this stage of the game, because I don't know, truthfully, in that moment, I don't know if Megs and Megan are talking to Jabbar. I trust them because in the moment I am just like fully dancing queens. We're all working in unison. There's no way they're going to vote me out because I just offer myself in place of them. Any chance of them going out with a spin the wheel or Trey taking a chance. I've totally taken them off the hook, guaranteed them going the next round. They're just going to vote to save me. And I'm just, in the moment, there's no regret. 10 seconds later, when people are hopping off that call, as Josh is telling it, I'm just thinking, I started sweating. I could, the sweat was dripping off and hitting me on like the hip. I was like, I've made a huge mistake.
That means our final nominations for the night are Michael and Lamont. After this next 10-minute window, you'll each have an opportunity to speak to the House one final time before you vote. We'll start with Lamont.
Okay. 3 words. Choose me, pick me, love me. That being said, thank you for those that have done so this season in different moments. As you know, I vote for the person who plays the best game. The best game. And as you know, I have influence, as I did this whole season. So therefore, keep it cute, keep it classy, and just know I'm rooting for most of you. That's all I have to say.
Michael.
Same as last time. I love this 7 right here. 8. How many we have? I can't even count right now.
After I go, you'll be 7.
I love everybody so much. This has been I never expected to make it this far. I'm getting what I missed out on going out in 3 rounds in 16. I was very jealous of the relationships and the friendships built in a good way, not a bad way. I love you guys. I regret nothing. That's it. That's all I got.
All righty. Everybody, you can head off cam and submit your video vote to evict, and we will tally those votes here in a moment, and we will proceed from there.
I vote to evict Lamont.
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 All right, a couple things. First thing to attend to is that an advantage was played. An advantage was played just now. You guys all are aware of the advantage hunt. It was played by Liv.
Okay, it's the way that I was never going to touch the block the last 4 rounds, and I didn't need to use the power to get what I wanted. Like, literally all of my targets went out. Pretty cool.
And Liv has decided to play the advantage that donates $10 to every charity remaining in the game. So everyone is going to get $10 to their charity. All of you still here left in the game. And now to the vote. Once I reveal the vote, the Evicted Houseguests will have just a few moments to say their goodbyes, and we'll send them off to the jury. By a vote of 4-0, the writing is on the wall. And Lamont, you have been evicted from BBH 20. You may say your parting words.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and honor to play this season. I'm so excited to join the jury, and this week, play hard. Only 2 of you will say at the end, and as you just explain why you deserve to be there. Everyone can get a vote from me, more than others at this point, to be honest.
I said this somewhere along the way, Lamont, and you'll hear this from production, but this season in a lot of ways was like, and I'm going to say this carefully, so don't hear this the wrong way, everyone else, was like built around Lamont, because he came to us before we even kind of conceptualized this and was like, I'm ready, get me back in there. He sent a video before we even asked for videos. So Lamont, we were just thrilled to have you back. We know how much this meant for you. It meant just as much for us to have you back, and you played it with everything you had, and we appreciate you and love you very much. So I'm sure everyone else on Prod is singing your praises as well. But we're going to send you to the jury, and that ends the road for you here on BBH 20. All right, everyone else, take a deep breath. Final 6, you are here. Final 6, 3 of you, half of you are going to make it to finale night. 2 of you are going to make it to the final 2 seats, and 1 of you is going to win this entire game in just 1 week from now. So do what you can to make that person you. You did not come this far just to come this far. So strap in. The last week of this game is always really quick, and a lot of things happen. So buckle in for 1 more week. You guys can do it. We believe in you very much, and we're excited to see how this plays out.